I don't get to feel ashamed because I didn't do anything wrong. He did. Sorry, I get angry. My name is Joschett Perez. I live in Austin, Texas, and I am 28 years old. So I was born in Wisconsin, but I was raised in Mexico. I guess it's not really something I enjoy remembering just because it wasn't a good place for me. So I was 16 years old and I was sexually assaulted by my uncle, and that forced me to have an illegal abortion in Mexico. It started to take a weird turn when he started to brush my hair, he started to touch me, and it startled me a little bit, but then he would tell me things like, this is normal, this is love, this is how a father loves their daughter, you just don't know because your dad never took interest in you, and I love you and I want you to be like my daughter because I don't get to give my daughter this kind of love. And it made sense. 16-year-old me was like, cool, someone loves me, someone is interested. He's starting to touch me a little bit more, and that's when things took a little bit of a weird turn, because you can only mask and groom me so much before I realized that parents don't touch their kids in certain places, and it just I realized too late what was about to happen, and I fought, and he was just convinced that I was sick and that he needed to fix me. So he was telling me that because of this feelings that I had for this girl, that he needed to show me what women were supposed to do, and he assaulted me a few times and I got pregnant as a result. So I didn't really know what to do, because my family was very pro-life. I was raised to believe that abortion is unacceptable, but then also you couldn't be a single mom because then you are not worthy. And now all of a sudden my mom, used to say to me, if you're not a virgin, you're not worth it. So how did I tell someone who has those ideas what was happening to me? Abortion is illegal in Mexico, and right now I believe they just decriminalized it, but back then it was illegal, and Mexico City had just passed a resolution where you could have it if you were over 18. Minors still needed consent, and there was no way my parents would sign that. When I showed up, I thought I was gonna go to a doctor's office or something like that, but it wasn't. It was more like an apartment complex, and when I got there, one of my friends was with me, and then he was a med student, I believe, and he told her to leave because he didn't want anybody else there. So, she told me she was gonna come back and take me home. So I sat down, and there were a lot of red flags that I did not notice. First, the fact that he was a med student and was not licensed should have been it. But, you don't know what you don't know. There was a stove when he was boiling the instruments. That in itself was another big red flag that I did not see. I lay down, and then he starts going over the procedure, and he just, tells me, just so you know, if something goes wrong, you could bleed out, you could have an infection, you don't know who I am, I never did this for you, because I can lose, all my credibility, and I can go to jail, and you can go to jail too. Later that day, my neighbor had to rush me to the ER. I got sepsis, and I nearly died. The doctor, since I was a minor, and he knew what was going on, because I had to be honest, called the cops, so they were gonna come to get me, and I was really, really lucky that one of the nurses there got me some kind of clothes. They look like scrubs, but they weren't quite scrubs. I don't know how to describe them, but she took out the IV, gave me a box of antibiotics, and was like, you need to get out of here because the cops are coming and you're gonna go to jail. pregnancies are not supposed to be a punishment. And restricting the procedure only leads to poor people and vulnerable people and victims of sexual violence to be more at risk for illegal procedures. This should have been done by a licensed gynecologist, and I should have received judgment-free care. It just made me want to go into the reproductive care field. So I went to nursing school, and eventually I would like to pursue a midwifery and women's health degree so that I can become an abortion provider to help other people that are in my situation get the care and compassion that I did not get. Before years and years of therapy, I believed that everything was my fault. I believed that I must have done something to deserve all of this, and I kept quiet because I felt like it was a shame. I don't get to feel ashamed because I didn't do anything wrong. He did. And it just made me want to talk and talk loud so that other women who may be going through similar situations, other people who know someone in this situation or who know someone who's pregnant and who might be deciding to have an abortion, they can think twice before, they shame them. Or legislators can think twice before passing ridiculous laws that have no medical basis, because they can be forcing very young people to make this kinds of decisions. Like, I cannot stand how people, especially right now in Texas, have this laws, and they're basically restricting abortion so much that it's nearly impossible to get one. And they think that, nobody is going to do it just because is not legal anymore. Well, I was facing 30 years to life, and I did not care. The alternative was much worse. Forcing me to be a mom at that age, after being a victim of violence and provided with no resources, was awful. And you can say that, yes, it's because you were in Mexico. It did not matter. Had it been illegal here in the US, I would have done it too. And that's what they don't get. They don't get how dangerous it is for people and how damaging it is, because not only is it a difficult decision, you're making it extremely impossible for me to recover for something like that. You're continually stigmatizing people who don't deserve that. And it's not fair. Because women or people who have abortions, who have the money and resources, will travel and will get safe abortions. All of these restrictions are only damaging access to safe abortion. They're not gonna eliminate them. Sorry, I get angry. I'm not fully healed, and I wanna be very clear. I'm not healing from having an abortion. I'm healing from all the stigmatization and all the trauma surrounding that event. I'm healing from the assault. I'm healing from the lack of support, from all the childhood abuse, and from all the slut shaming that I did not deserve as a victim of sexual violence. Some days are better than others. Right now I'm more in the angry phase. I'm no longer sad, I am just angry. I'm angry I didn't get justice.